All right, buckle up everyone, because today we're about to explore something really cool.
Yeah,
A totally fresh approach to learning languages.
I'm excited.
Forget those dusty textbooks we're talking about learning English through music.
Love that.
And the mastermind behind it all is educator Marcia Bonfim.
She's amazing.
She created this incredible resource called the Song Activity Factory.
It's brilliant, and it really works.
And get this, she's using hits like The Weeknd to teach English.
I know, right?
We're going to dive into her B2 level lesson plan based on Dancing in the Flames.
That's just one example. She has lessons for all levels, from beginners.
Yeah.
You know, like if English isn't your first language.
ESL, right?
Yeah. ESL, all the way to helping people become English teachers themselves.
Wow. So she even helps prep for those TFL exams. 30 years of experience, that's incredible. What led her to this unique approach?
Well, she's been teaching for decades, so she really understands how people learn, especially teens and adults.
It's true, the old school classroom doesn't work for everyone.
Exactly. Marcia gets that we need something engaging, something that makes us actually want to learn.
Right. Like learning about TFL, wouldn't you rather experience those teaching methods through a song you love instead of just memorizing a bunch of theories from a textbook?
100%. And that's where the Song Activity Factory comes in. Her blog has tons of free lesson plans that anyone can use, teachers, learners, anyone.
Free is always a good thing. Free is fantastic, especially for teachers, right? They're always spending their own money on classroom supplies. But you mentioned something about 21st century skills earlier. What does that even mean when we're talking about a song like Dancing in the Flames?
Good point. It's about going beyond just the basics like vocabulary and grammar. With Marcia's lessons, students are thinking critically, working together. They're even using technology.
Oh, right. I remember reading about that in the Dancing in the Flames lesson plan.
It starts with this really cool hook. She uses quotes about love from C.S. Lewis and Oscar Wilde.
Now that you mention it, yeah. I was surprised to see those names pop up in a lesson about The Weeknd, honestly. How does that work?
It's pretty clever, actually. She's using those quotes to get students thinking about these big themes. Love, taking risks, passion, themes that are in the song's lyrics. The idea is to create these aha moments where students connect the dots.
Oh, I see.
It's like, hey, these themes are everywhere. They're timeless and relatable, even in modern music. Something like that.
Yeah. It's like building a bridge from something familiar, like classic books, to something new, like a song that's popular now.
Yeah.
The students are learning without even realizing it.
Exactly. And it gets even better. She has a whole interactive YouTube quiz about The Weeknd's life and music.
There's that technology and gamification you were talking about.
Right.
It's like tricking them into thinking that learning is fun.
Exactly. And speaking of The Weeknd, did you know that he says doing crossword puzzles helped him learn new words?
Wow. I wonder if he ever got inspiration from his own songs. But so how does she transition from all the fun stuff like the quotes and the quiz to the actual language learning part?
Well, she's an expert in language acquisition, and it shows. She brings in vocabulary as part of analyzing the lyrics. For Dancing in the Flames, there are a lot of car references.
Oh yeah, I see.
So she uses that. Students learn words and phrases in context.
That's so much better than just giving them a list of vocabulary words to memorize.
Right. And to really challenge them, there's a trick question in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Like a car-related word that's not in the song.
Oh, sneaky. I like it. But we are still talking about a B2 level English class, which is pretty advanced.
Yeah.
How does Marcia make sure that the students are really digging into the language?
That's where the discussion questions come in. These are open-ended questions that really get them thinking, like, what does the singer mean by another Odyssey? Or how does the metaphor of dancing in the flames connect to the song's main idea?
Wow, those are deep questions.
Yeah.
It's not just summarizing the song, they have to analyze and interpret the meaning, maybe even debate each other.
Yes, exactly. And to tie it all together, she connects the lesson to the Cambridge B2 first speaking exam, which is something a lot of these students are probably studying for.
Nah.
They discuss risk-taking and making decisions, all based on the song. It's practice for real-world conversations, but in a really fun and engaging way.
It's amazing how well she connects everything together. This whole method is just brilliant.
It really is. And it proves that learning doesn't have to be boring. When you enjoy what you're learning, it's relevant to your interests, it's exciting, you remember things so much better.
So true. That reminds me of when I was studying abroad, learning new words felt so much easier when I was hearing the language everywhere. It wasn't like memorizing from a textbook anymore. It was like real life.
Exactly, and that's what Marcia's done, really. She's created that immersive experience with music. It's like you're living the language.
Yeah, it's like bottled up, study abroad magic, and anyone can experience it. You don't even need a plane ticket.
And think about it, this could work for other subjects too. Music, art, pop culture, all these things can make learning more exciting.
Oh, totally. Imagine learning about history through a hit song from that time period, or understanding science through a painting. The possibilities are endless.
It's all backed by research too. The latest stuff about how our brains work shows that we learn best when we're emotionally connected to the material. Makes sense, right?
Absolutely. This deep dive has been eye-opening, really. Marcia's Song Activity Factory is seriously impressive.
It really is. And it reminds us that we can all be innovators. Find your passion and then use it to spark that love of learning.
That's a great takeaway. And for everyone listening, if you're ready to explore Marcia's work, her blog, The Song Activity Factory, is the place to go. The link is in the show notes. Free resources, lesson plans, and tons of inspiration are waiting for you. This deep dive has been a blast. Thanks so much for sharing your insights.
Happy to do it. This has been a really fun conversation.
And to everyone listening, stay curious. And remember, learning shouldn't be boring. We'll see you on our next deep dive into something new and fascinating.